And with the news of Justin Herbert's out of the boot, he looks like he's full go at practice right now, which is good sight. So, what can we expect out of this week one and the rest of the season for the Chargers?
Yeah, I mean, I think always typically outside of last year's debacle when Herbert was out, the Chargers Raiders games are usually pretty competitive. Um, but I guess that's generally how it is for most Charger games. They always kind of find their way down to the wire and you know, have the result be determined in the final 2 minutes of the game. But I mean, I think it's a game that the Chargers should win. I don't see why not. I mean, the Raiders have one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So this should be a game where not only do they have a massive quarterback advantage, but they also, in my eyes, have a massive head coaching advantage. I don't know what Antonio Pierce looks like as a head coach, but I sure as hell know that Jim Harbaugh is, in my eyes, a better coach than him and has proven more both, at the college level. I know Antonio Pierce, I think, was some sort of assistant at Arizona State when Arizona State, as a former alumni, their football program has been dog shit for some time now. And then obviously at the NFL level, Harbaugh's proven himself to be successful. So I think they have two of the most important advantages that you need to win an NFL game, which is coaching and quarterback play. So to me, I think that, yeah, this should be a game that the Chargers should come out and make a statement and to start the Harbaugh era off strong. Should be a game that they should win, especially if they're, serious about, trying to make some sort of wild card push this season. These are the games that they can't let slip away. Because I remember last year, they had that Miami game week one where things looked good for a little while, but then couldn't stop a nosebleed. Tyreek was running wild on us, had over 200 yards and whatnot, and then we lost the game at the end. So I think this is a game that they should win. I think they have more talent than the Raiders up and down the roster, even though I don't think we have an amazing roster compared to some of the other teams in the AFC. I think that the Raiders don't really have um, a good roster at all. To be fair, I think they have some guys. Obviously, they have Devontae Adams, who's still an elite receiver in this game. Max Crosby, might be the best edge rusher in football. Him or probably Nick Bosa at this point, or Micah Parsons. I think they're probably the top three edge rushers in my eyes, unless I'm forgetting somebody.
Mhm.
Um, but other than that, I mean, Chargers have a lot more talent on paper, and so. Yeah, I think I don't know what else there is to be said. I think that this should be a game that they win.
Yeah, the talent's pretty even. I feel like this game's going to come down to, well, yeah, one, it's nice to have Jim Harbaugh instead of Brandon Staley, just because we're not going to be able to lose games because of our coach. So you could kind of swing at least like 4 or 5 points our way each game just due to that alone. Because going into a game with Brandon Staley over the past few years is like a -5 point handicap at the
And
start of the
Anthony
game.
Lynn.
No, Anthony Lynn was good. He's an activist. But what was I gonna say? It made me fucking lose my train of thought. This fucking Anthony Lynn bullshit. But yeah, yeah, and I think a big part of it was gonna come down to the teams are very even. They have the better edge rusher, like you said, better defense probably than us. So we got to kind of gotta see what's going on. But we should be able to win this game just because we have Justin Herbert and they have Gardner Minshew. So when we talk about Justin Herbert, uh, I think what makes an elite quarterback, like you look at Patrick Mahomes, there's about 25 teams that no matter what day, no matter what time he's playing them, you're not going to beat the Chiefs just because they have Patrick Mahomes and you don't. You know what I mean? So this is a game where we have Justin Herbert, so we should just be able to beat the Raiders with Gardner Minshew no matter what's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's kind of the next step in to become an elite quarterback, where there's about 20 teams in the league where 25 teams in the league where rain, sleet, snow, shine. Look at guys like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. They just certain teams weren't beating them. It might be close, might go down to the wire, you might get lucky field goal or something, but you're not going to beat them. So that's kind of what we're as a Chargers fan, what you're looking for Herbert to take that next leap and a leap that Philip Rivers never took. Just because any game you could have lost any game, could have won any game. Yeah, it's one thing to be able to beat anybody, but it's also pointless if you're able to lose to anybody. So the Chargers need to get out of that mode where over the past 20 years we've been able to lose to anyone.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the year. First year with Harbaugh. This is the year. Just
Uh,
do show.
I don't think this year is
Y'all defense is good.
uh I don't I gotta see
We'll
what the
see.
linebacker.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
it's I can't because Bosa's gonna get hurt. Mac is probably his last year, if not second to last year. Corner Asante Samuel's really a nickel that we're asking to be a number one corner.
I think
Safety.
he's into his
We have
own
we have
season.
two really good safeties. We have two really good safeties. Um,
We have good safety room. We have great edge rushers. That I mean,
one
a lot
good
of them are
corner,
healthy.
one good corner. I got to see with the linebackers because over the past 3 4 years, linebackers have been non-existent for the Chargers. Really,
And then interior line, we'll see.
yeah, we got to see too. So yeah, and that's really your ability to stop the run is your interior line and your linebackers. So
And
if
yeah,
you're
we don't know what the defense coordinator, how he's gonna look yet. I know in the preseason he's been blitzing the hell out of everybody, so we'll see if that translates. I'm not a big
yeah,
fan of
not a
blitzing
big fan of that. Yeah,
if you're gonna be, especially, I mean, you can get away with it when you're going against a Gardner Minshew. Go ahead, fucking blitz away. But when you're gonna do that against a Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or elite guys, like that's it.
you're gonna get carved up at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah, 100% couldn't have said it better myself. So,
You're the number two in your division, so I mean,
but I don't even know, bro. The Broncos look really solid, man, because their defense, you already know what to expect out of the Broncos defense. And Bo Nix looks like he's ahead of schedule. He looks like he's capable of
He
not
better
losing a
be. He's like
game.
fucking 25 years old.
Well, yeah, he looks good. He looks good. And then who's the other team? Oh my God. Yeah, bro. No, our division's actually going to be pretty competitive as it is.
I mean,
Pretty much.
you're just banking on the Broncos, really.
Well, the Raiders, bro, you can't count them out. You still can't just because they're especially within the division, they play the Chiefs tough. So it's you know that that's not like two automatic wins like it was in 2007. You know what I mean? Like this isn't those same Raiders team. These Raiders teams, they're willing, and then they got a good coach. I like Antonio Pierce. Like you already see they a lot of times the team takes on the personality of their coach, and he's the guy who's not going to back down or quit. So you know the team, you won't be able to just punch the Raiders in the mouth and they'll just cower away. They're going to keep fighting you. So you can't just yeah. So like that's why I'm saying that this game comes down to like we have it has to come down to we have Justin Herbert and you don't. And if he's not ready physically for it to come down to that, then I don't think he should be playing in week one. I'll wait a few
Yeah.
weeks. But yeah, there's no point of him going out there on a bad will and then kind of compromise turning this season into last season.